Test, test, test. Alo. Alo, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This guy, man. This is the same guy who looked at the market. that means
Let's look at it that way. Let's look at it that way, man. Get 10 days. Get money from the government. I think it's build roads. My mom wants to edit the
walk with me what they would do.
Yes, it's expensive for everything. This is crazy for my time. Yeah, no,
so if I can get everyone's attention, please. I'm going to try and do this without a microphone. When we're spread out back there, I might grab a mic, but I'd love to be able to do it without a mic if possible. But that's going to require you to always be listening. I always try to run a little contest in my head every year to see which graduating class gets through this rehearsal the quickest. Last year was pretty good. You got some tough competition to beat, but I think you guys can do it. But do please listen. If there is any side conversations, I'll literally just stop talking and wait, and that just means we're here longer and longer. Okay, so you guys want to get through this. This is a really important event coming up. I'll talk about that in a minute, but you also want to get out of here and go out and enjoy time with family and friends, and it's a nice day out there. How about that grand walk? You guys like it? Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So like I said, feel free to take an elementary sign later on. I brought some of them over. There were a lot more, but yeah, it's really cool, especially when you hit the elementary school and you see them all kind of cheering for you. It's pretty awesome. Before we talk about graduation quickly, just a couple of quick items of information about other things this weekend, in particular the prom. I have prom tickets for everyone here who has purchased one, so after the graduation rehearsal, when it's completely over, please come up to me. I've got the spreadsheet. Everybody who had an invoice is paid, so there are 61 grade 12 attending the prom this year, so please come and be sure to get your ticket. If you happen to forget or if you happen to kind of misplace it, we still have record of you buying a ticket. You'll get in, no problem. Just come and give your name. So on Saturday at the Sheraton, what time does the dinner start? 5:30. Okay. So that's going to be right in, I know it's a little early for dinner, but that's the way it goes. So it's going to be right in, if you've been in the Sheraton, you walk in that central courtyard, and on the left is like going to the lobby, going straight is the ballroom, and on the right there's that hemisphere or horizon or whatever it's called, the restaurant. That's where your dinner will be. We'll be in that restaurant, dedicated, set aside just for you guys for about an hour and a half or so, okay? So 5:30, we'll get people in. Please try to get there as soon as you can. They'll start serving like, soft drinks and appetizers and stuff, make their way through dinner. The main prom event, everybody else will start.
Students walk out as song is played, so you have to go in the air, and they hit
the
go.
restaurant because we do a
So
great
Luke is
entrance of the
probably,
seniors into the prom. If you've been before, you know what that looks like.
in charge
We do
of
that
this
at about
play.
7:20 or so, give or take.
No, 'cause
Okay.
it's
Are there any
Oh, I know,
questions
it's a
about
tape,
the
but-
prom?
Let me
Yes.
ask.
Okay.
Oh, good. Sorry, I
Huh?
forgot to give everybody back. By a large majority, the state option was selected. So I have put anybody who told me they had dietary restrictions. There's a few of you I've been in touch individually. I've let the hotel know. So there will be a couple of alternate meals for people who let me know, but otherwise it will be the tenderloin steak and the dessert is dark chocolate mousse. They've given something else that didn't look as good, like they'll give them something good. So you guys have dark chocolate mousse for dessert. There'll be soft drinks and stuff, so we have Coke, Sprite, Fanta, soda water. You can have a couple of those during dinner and a couple during the dance as well. There will be a big buffet set up for the dance. You guys will probably be full from dinner, but you are welcome to help yourself to some extra food if you're hungry, okay? So the high school Senate has been working really hard, as those of you on the Senate know, to make this event very special for you, make it the best prom yet. If you've been in my room recently, it basically looks like a prom decoration storage warehouse right now. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. They planned a lot of activities. There's more live performances and fun stuff than ever before. So please do stay at the prom. Don't just make an appearance and take off. Please stay there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll have the usual scavenger hunt and like homecoming, the voting and that stuff, the homecoming court and whatever. And all that stuff is typically announced about 9:30 or so, okay? So do please stay. If you see senators, thank them for all their hard work because they've been in my room every day for about a month working hard on it, okay? So that's the prom, 5:30 dinner tomorrow. Any other questions about prom at all? No? Everything good? Okay, so do please stay afterwards. I have tickets for you, okay? Jessica, where are you? I have tickets for your guests as well. They're coming to the dinner also, right? Okay, cool. Anybody else have a guest coming to dinner? I can't remember. You do? I didn't get anything from it. Okay, who's your guest? Talk to me after, okay? Because the only guest I'm aware of is Jessica. To the dinner or just the dance? Talk to me after. Okay. So, okay, graduation. This is the big day. Are you guys excited? What does it feel like right now? Yeah, yeah. How many of you have family coming from out of town? bit of a rite of passage. You're going off to a great big wide world out there, and it's going to be awesome. I love doing this graduation rehearsal every year because then I get to be one of the people who spend your last few hours with you as a UNIS student. So that's something that makes me kind of, I really enjoy it. I really respect that I've had the opportunity to do this. So we're going to talk about the way that tomorrow is going to run, in terms of where you need to be, how you're going to move. I've always joked if you're in my classes, I'm going to teach you how to walk today. And the teaching how to walk is actually going to be a lot easier than it's been in the past because we're changing up the walk a little bit. You guys have changed the song, okay? And so that will make things, in some respects, easier. In some respects, there's one element that's going to be a little more challenging that I'll tell you about in a minute as well. You guys will be able to do it. Miss Manfredi has already given you the seating map, so the seats that you're in right now will be the seats that you are in for the ceremony tomorrow. And we're going to practice a couple of times today, like marching in, getting into your rows, getting out of your rows, when to get your diplomas, when to stand up, when to sit down. It's all pretty choreographed. And it's choreographed because this is really one of the top 2 events at the school for the entire year. So UN Day is huge, of course, but graduation is equally huge. And in my mind, this is the most important.
Hey, Sophie.
School's all about the students. It's all about you guys. So,
We good?
the band is starting to file in. They're going to be set up by about 2 o'clock or so. And Bea and Ming Quan, they will be here soon.
My mama call, see you on TV, sunset done.
The most important thing to remember while you're doing this is that, again, you're not just doing this for yourself, you're doing it especially for your parents. You have all your extended family and your friends out there, but your parents are the ones who are really the ones that are watching you and really want to see you graduate, right? Because it's really one of the top 3 or so biggest moments of your entire life for them, okay? So please, we're going to put on a great show for parents. You guys are going to be awesome. Just ignore any music and any stuff you hear in the background. Try and focus on what I'm telling you, okay? Now, in a minute, I'm going to talk you through the ceremony. We'll just talk through it for a couple of minutes. Just be careful, especially when you are coming up the stairs. They're sturdy, but they're not that sturdy, okay? So just be careful. It's totally fine. Nothing's going to happen, but just don't trip. There's no loose flaps of carpet around to get your foot caught in, but do just be aware of kind of where you're standing. And on the back row, okay, so we've got some step-up platforms for you to get onto that back row, and I'll talk to you about filling in there and doing those things as well. So, let's talk a little bit about the way you're sitting right now. You've already seen the map, right? So, right now, you've already done it, but do it again. Look at who is next to you, on either side of you right now. Good? Now, when you walked out of the canteen for the Grand Walk today, you were partnered with someone who's on the other side of the kind of seating area. Look and make eye contact with that person you're partnered with right now. Give a thumbs up or whatever you need to do. Wave and walk away. Okay, tomorrow in the health rooms, we're going to be gathering with all caps and gowns ready to go at what time? You guys know? 2. 2. It's not 2. Someone said 2. There at 2, you're not graduating. What time? I'm hearing all kinds of times. 11:30. Everything's like 10:30 to 2. We got a wide range of answers. 6. Okay. Let's go, Freddie.
11:30.
11:30 there. Okay, and then caps and gowns lined up, ready to go by 12:45 at the latest, getting ready to start marching out. Okay, so you're doing other stuff between 11:30 and 12:45, but by 12:45, we're gonna have the health rooms open. The people, who are my come out of the help room, stay in these single file. We'll walk out of the help room, we'll stay in these single file lines, okay? And you will stay in these lines all the way into the sports center. We're gonna walk around the corner of the building. We're gonna come in that door over there. Okay, when we come in that door, we're going to split. So, Sumin's line will come to this side of the canteen. Tom's line will stay on that side of the canteen. Later on, we'll practice this. We'll walk along the wall. Okay, this line over here, you're going to walk along the back wall, and then you're going to hit that corner and turn left and walk up to this wall until you stop. Okay? And then you're going to wait for a few minutes because they have to bring everyone else in. 100 guests, teachers. Then, eventually, what will happen is these two lines, I will be leading one line, I'll be in front of Sumin's line over here. Miss Freddie, I believe,
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you too.
Hello? Are you leading the other line? Like I'm leading one of the lines.
That's fine. Yeah, I can go on that side.
Okay.
Yep.
So can you guys hear me? Okay, so I'll be in charge of one line over here. Miss Manfredi will be in front of this line here, and we will guide you and bring you up to the middle. You see there's a long, clear path right here. Okay, and then you're gonna wait again. So there's a few instances of waiting here. Now, what we're waiting for there is for everyone else to come in, sit down. The band will start playing the processional song, the song that you've selected that replaces Pomp and Circumstance. I think it's called Golden Jubilee, might be the name. And we're still going to wait for about 20 or 30 seconds until it hits a certain part of the song, and then you're going to start coming up in 2x2s, okay, groups of 2. So the same pairs that you were in today walking out of the canteen, you will walk down this middle aisle here. Okay, and then I'm just going to show this to you. Okay, perfect. In fact, I'm going to go back here. Okay, from this point on, we've come in, we're lined up. This entire side is lined up behind me right here. Okay, that entire side is lined up right behind Miss Manfredi. And what we're going to do, we're basically going to release you out of the gates, so to speak, in partners, okay? So Tom and Sumin will go first, and when you go, you will come like this, you'll wait for us to say, and when you start walking, now this is where it's different. Previously, we've done this kind of Ministry of Silly Walks thing where you kind of walk like this and you bring your feet together, right? And if you've been to graduation, which you were last year, you saw it, and it sort of took forever. Okay, and it went to a particular rhythm of Pomp and Circumstance, which is not being played this year. So instead of this, we're going to go back. Yeah, don't do that. Yep. Instead of this, you are going to walk at a casual, steady pace. You're going to stand up nice and straight and be formal, but you're going to be walking at a slow and steady pace, okay? So it's going to look like this, and we'll take off together. Left foot. Just a nice, regular walk, okay? It's a lot easier. Look at that. I'm teaching you how to walk. Now, notice, you keep going the same speed. Notice I'm not doing this, right? We're not sort of staggering off of each other. We need to stay in the same exact speed, nice and slow, okay? And you're going to come right up onto the stage like this, trying to keep in unison here. Sorry for the stuff. And we'll come out here. And then when you get here, you're going to turn, okay? So Miss Manfredi will walk this way. I'll go this way. Keep walking. There are people in front of you. There are people behind you, okay? Try to always sort of make 90-degree turns, okay? If I'm going to the back row, I'll come over here, and then I will turn. I'll walk up, get up here, stepping up. I'm not going to walk in, but I would then walk in, go find my seat, and then I would just remain standing, okay? And you're going to stand for a few minutes because you're waiting for everyone else to come in. The music's still going, so do not sit down, okay? So you're going to stand, and you'll remain standing, okay? Now, the easy part is the walking, right? It's a lot easier than it used to be. We're not doing the weird, like, double step thing. The tricky part is that you guys chose a song that has 2 totally different tempos in the middle of the song, so thanks for that. Thanks for making it harder. From what I understood, there was a song chosen. I talked to Mr. Cannell, but there were like a few options, and one of them is called Golden Jubilee. I don't know about the background of that. I know that they're playing Golden Jubilee tomorrow. Yes? Do not sit. You will be told to actually sit down, okay, by the MCs. So you remain standing. Basically, everybody comes in, and I'll go through this in more detail. We're gonna practice it, but I'll go. You come in, you stand up. Everybody's here. When the last people to come onto the stage, where's the split? Right here, are you two, okay? So they will come in, they will turn around right here, they will remain standing. You're facing the audience, you're facing your parents. Don't wave, don't do anything, just stand there, okay? You can smile, you should smile, you're having fun at your graduation. But remain standing, then that piece of music eventually will finish, okay? And it might be 10 seconds, it might be 30 seconds, it might push a minute. It depends on where they are in the piece, right? But they'll finish, and then immediately the MCs will ask everyone to remain standing for the national anthem. So the national anthem is sung, it's being sung by two of our students, and then after that, Bea, what's the line? Right after the national, I'm putting her on the spot, right after the national anthem. It should be on page 2, I think.
Thank you, Miang and Phuong. Please be seated. Thank you, Miang and Phuong. Please be seated.
Okay. 2 sentences though. Put a little space in there.
Thank you, Miang and Phuong. Please be seated.
Perfect. Okay. When you hear please be seated, you can finally sit down, okay? Now, once you're sitting down, you're going to be sitting down for a while because there are a number of things which happen during the ceremony at this point. We're going to let the MCs practice it a little bit later after we walk it in, but just really quickly to give you an overview, we've got the processional and the national anthem you come in and you're standing for, and then we've got the welcome from Dr. Barter. We have the UN resident coordinator who will be making some remarks. The class of 2018 speakers, Zeke and Joel, you guys will be called up. When you're called up, by the way, take the path of least resistance out, which means for you that way, and Joel, you're right up there. Where are they giving the speeches? At the podium or?
At the script, which is this podium.
At the podium, okay. So these, and they won't have headsets, so
No,
these
no,
mics
they're
will
going to
be
go
here
to
for
the
them.
podium because their script
Right,
is
but
at
they
the
won't
podium.
have headsets, so they're using these mics.
Well,
Zeke
they
and
need to
Joel.
be over there.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll move these
I don't
over.
know why they're here. Why would they be
They were
here?
just set up here for us to use it, so. Joel's over there. So Joel, you would come up over here. So they're at this podium, not that podium, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yep, can you give me 2 minutes? Okay. So, Brenda, are all the speeches at this podium?
Yes.
Okay, because typically we have the MCs at one and all the speeches at the other. So everything is happening at this
The
podium
script
now?
together.
Okay, sorry?
I put the script all in one place, though.
Okay.
So
It's
I
fine,
think
it's just
the
different than
MCs
before.
would just step to the
I think we've had scripts on both, but
Okay, well, that's fine, too. I mean, I can put a script
We can
there.
sit when they're making
But who's
speeches.
going to turn the pages of the script?
Do they know who these are, like before it's even out?
I don't
See what I'm
know.
saying? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done that before. I just know that in the past it's been MCs here and then everything else over there, but I'm happy to do the speeches over here. I mean, the other stuff's flipped, so you can flip that as well. Thanks.
Mr. Schaffner.
Sorry, guys, 1 second. Have a think. Let's have the national anthem do their sound check. We'll talk to her quickly while we're just going. Okay, guys, so that takes us up pretty much into the main part of the ceremony. Now, what we're going to do right now, the 2 students who are singing the national anthem, Luke, are they both here? Okay, so we're going to do a quick sound check for the national.
What time is this for you? You've done this like 3 times already.
I'm still nervous. Em sợ thầy đi lại. Sợ thầy. Sáng nay thầy tức cực.
Đoàn quân Việt Nam đi chung lòng cứu quốc, bước chân dồn vang trên đường gầm ghềnh xa. Cờ in màu chiến thắng mang hồn nước, sông ngoài xa trên khúc quân hành ca. Đường vinh quang sẽ sát quân tử, thang gia lao cùng nhau lập chiến khu. Vì nhân dân trên đất không ngừng tiến mau xa ra trường. Tiến lên cùng tiến lên, nước non Việt Nam ta vững bền. Đoàn quân Việt Nam đi chung lòng cứu quốc, bước chân dồn vang trên đường gầm ghềnh xa. Cờ in màu chiến thắng mang hồn nước, sông ngoài xa trên khúc quân hành ca. Đường vinh quang sẽ sát quân thù, thang gian lao cùng nhau lập chiến khu. Vì nhân dân trên đất không ngừng tiến mau ra xa trường. Tiến lên cùng tiến lên, nước non Việt Nam ta vững bền.
Okay, guys, a couple more minutes. So there's some stuff happening in both podiums this year. So we're gonna do like all the admin speeches and the award giving and stuff. And that will all happen here. Might be a few minutes. Okay, guys. Thank you. Sorry, just sorting out a couple of logistics. So, if we can get everyone's attention, we're going to start doing the proper rehearsal now, okay? I was taking you through the program before. So, we just had the national anthem there. And what did I do with my little program? I'm not sure where I put it. Let me see. Yeah, can I borrow that? Oh, nope, there it is. That's what I want. Thanks. Okay, so after the national anthem, there will be speeches. You're going to be sitting for a while during those speeches. When you're sitting, okay, please sit up, sit properly. You know, let's see it right now. This is not kind of chilling at home watching Netflix kind of sitting, right? Not the Netflix and chill sit. It's the graduation formal sit. Okay, so let me just quickly give you the order of the speeches. We are not going to go through the speeches today, okay? We're just going to say, you'll hear the introduction in a little while. We're going to walk through the whole ceremony today. Matty, please take headphones off. Thank you. I know they're like part of your body, but you got to take them off for a couple of hours. So we're just going to hear the introductions, but we will not do the speeches today. You're going to hear the introductions for the awards. You will not hear who won the awards today. You'll find that out during the ceremony tomorrow. The order of it, there will be an opening welcome by Dr. Barter. There will be some remarks from the UN resident coordinator. There will then be, as I said before, our student speakers, Zeke and Joel. And what we're doing is this podium over here is for all student speakers. So where the MCs are, when you come up to speak, they will step back, okay? And if it's a longer speech, they'll sit down. They've got 2 chairs right there. So Zeke and Joel, you will be coming up to that podium. Okay, so Joel, you'll just walk across the front of the stage. Zeke, you'll come down that way, give your speech. And what we'll do, Mr. Nupp, can we, after the national anthem, we'll move these to the podium, right? Okay, so those 2 mics will be ready for you. Then, after that will be Natanya with the valedictorian speech. Where are you, Natanya? There you are. It's a short walk. Okay, short walk right over to the podium for you as well. Thank you. And then Mr. Schaffner will come up. He will be on that podium over there because the admin is sitting right in those chairs. And this will be the presentation of the awards. So after the valedictorian speech, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 awards. This might be the order, I'm not sure if it's correct, but there will be 5 awards, which means 5 of you will be getting up and receiving an award. If your name is called for that award, please go to the podium over there, which is where those awards will be. Shake hands with the presenter of the award, Okay, and there'll probably be a quick moment for a photograph, and then you'll return to your seat. If you do have an award with you, you can take it and just put it underneath your seat, okay? Bring it back, put it there. Don't forget it later, but put it there during the ceremony. After the awards will be the faculty speaker, Mr. Mirza. Mr. Mirza will also come and give his speech over there, so we're doing some, kind of all the adult speeches at that podium. And then finally, after that, will be the actual awarding of diplomas. So when you see Mr. Mirza finishing his speech, know that it's almost time to get up and start doing the diplomas. And that's, I'm going to talk you through that process here in a little bit after we practice the march in and out. But it involves you standing up basically one row at a time and listening very carefully for specific words or specific names so that you know when to stand. Okay, the back row will be standing up first. And when you get your diplomas, you're going to be coming out this way. Okay, so starting right over here. Okay, so first diploma here, last diploma is way down there in the far corner of the front row. Okay, so you'll walk around to get your diploma. You will take this path. Okay, and Dr. Barter will be right here. We'll walk you through this. You'll actually practice with it in a little while. You'll get a diploma. You'll shake hands. There will be a photographer right there. So you'll practice the handshake, practice holding the diploma, practice smiling. And then you will walk around the backside of Dr. Barter, and then you will get your tassel, which is on your graduation cap, moved to the other side. Use your peripheral vision, right? It's still there, okay. Try not to have it hanging off the back, which does happen. It'll slip around depending on how you're wearing your hat, so make sure it's on the right side. And when that moves over, you get your diploma and that moves over, you're no longer a student of UNIS. You are an alumni of UNIS at that point, okay? So what will happen then after you get your tassel moved, you'll come back around, you'll get back up to the row that you were on. So actually, sorry, come back around this way, go up the stairs. And then you'll walk right back down to the end of the row, okay? And you're not going to be back to your seat yet because you've got 20 people in front of you who are waiting to hear their name called. Eventually, the row will move down. You'll end up back in front of your seats, and you'll remain standing until you hear a name that I'm going to tell you a little bit later for when to sit down. And that's going to happen like that for all three rows. Middle row, front row, you stay seating until you hear a name back over there. You'll stand up in the middle. Okay, back row, you'll sit down when you hear a name. You'll hear a name over here and you'll sit down, so on and so forth. So we'll get through everybody that way. If you're in the front row here, obviously you don't need to walk around. You just kind of stand up and come around this way. Whenever possible, try to take, like I said, 90-degree turns when you're walking. It looks a lot more formal that way. So instead of just kind of casually strolling over like this, what you'd want to do is sort of stand up, kind of walk out here, and then come around to the right, okay? Same thing when you get down to that end. Now, I want to say something really important here, okay? This might be one of the most important things that I'll say during the whole rehearsal. When you get your diploma, you've shaken hands, you've gotten the diploma, you've done the quick picture, okay, and you're moving around, you are getting your tassel moved over, okay, and then that's finished. That is your moment. You're graduating. That's what your parents are watching. It's what your family's watching, all of your teachers, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, everybody in the audience. It's all eyes on you at that point, okay, because it is literally all about you right then at that moment. Once your tassel's moved and you keep moving over here, it is no longer about you. Who's it about? The next person. So it's really important that you don't detract from their moment, okay? You've got your moment. Don't detract from their moment, and I've seen it at graduations, and you probably have as well, where after this you go, yeah, you know, some kind of like, you know, you do a duck kick or some kind of, you know, silly thing up here, which is funny for you, but what it's doing is it's taking look at all those seats out there. It's taking everybody's eyes and putting it on you instead of putting it on the person who's currently getting their diploma and having their tassel moved. So please, you're going to have a lot of time to kind of cut loose and have fun. You know, you got prom coming up. You got the grad night dinner coming up. Please don't do it right after you get your tassel because that takes the moment away from the person who's currently getting their diploma. Yes? Good question. You do not move your own tassel. It will be moved for you, okay? So now I've seen some, like when I graduated from university, there were so many people graduating that we all did it ourselves. You know, I said, now move your tassel, and everybody did it at once. But it's a small enough group we're able to do it individually, so it will be moved for you. It's the chairman of the UNIS board who's doing it for you. Yeah, so that's it. So don't move your tassel. Which side should your tassel be on? Right side. So make sure it's on the right side when we're lined up in the health rooms, okay?
Who, what?
Who's unable to
Mr. Hugh. I'm sure you've seen him around, so you'll see him tomorrow. Okay, the next thing, after the last people have come in to get their diplomas, so really the last few diplomas, starting over here, that's Lona, moving on down here to the end, okay? Once you get down here at the end, and we'll practice this in a little bit, this front row will sit down, okay? And so this row, everybody here in the front row will need to keep an eye over here to make sure that everybody's back in place and you guys will sit down together. So that's the ceremony part, the diploma part. Now, after you do that, coming up next is the bamboo dance. Okay, so now what's gonna happen on the bamboo dance is that I believe our MCs, Ming Kwan and Bea, will say something to the effect of, now will all the graduates please stand for the bamboo dance. And when that happens, everybody's gonna stand up at the same time. Okay, if you've got heels or tricky shoes, take them off, because bamboo dance is tricky with those shoes. And when we do the bamboo dance, we're going to do it in the same order that you came out, okay? We'll start with the back row, first person, so we don't have any confusion. It's the same exact order. Back row comes out, goes through first, middle row comes out and goes through, and then the front row comes out and goes through the bamboo dance, okay? Okay, after the bamboo dance are the final comments. This is the point where they come up and say, now I present to you the graduating class of 2018. There is a specific moment where you throw your hat, okay, and you get the classic Hollywood graduation moment, like in slow motion, right? The hat's thrown, they're flying in the air, everybody's happy, and then whatever song you've chosen for your recessional comes on, and you guys march off the stage, or not march, but you walk off the stage. Okay, now when we walk off the stage, it's pretty much going to be the reverse order of how we got onto the stage. So we're going to start right here. You will lead the walk off of the stage. And this one is not formal at all. It's casual, it's fun. So you're walking off, you've just graduated, and everybody follows from that front row, and then the middle row will come out and follow, and then the back row comes out and follows, and you walk back this way. And then there'll be a wall. You can see they're building it right now. There'll be a wall here. You come out, you hang a right or hang a left, get back there, and that's where the reception will be. So, and then that's it. Yes? Good question. Do it the exact same way you walked on, but in reverse. So split around and come back up, and you should line up with whoever your partner was coming in, okay? This one's a little more casual, that recessional off, so if you're not quite lined up exactly, it's okay, but just walk out in pairs of two. Yeah. Good question. Do you have to find your cap? The answer is yes, but you don't have to find your cap. Grab a cap, okay? And then, you know, people after the recession sometimes come up and find their cap and swap it out and say, here's the one that I had or whatever, so. Get a cap, try and get yours. The odds of you actually getting yours, you know, it depends on how high you throw it and how far out you throw it. Be careful, they have sharp corners and they're thick, so don't, you know, impale yourself on the head with a cap. Just kind of have fun, but look out. Question? The reception typically goes for about 45 minutes, give or take. You know, there's some like, you know, maybe a few words spoken, but it's really casual. It's a chance to hang out with family and teachers. I believe the ceremony should be done by 2:30, and it typically goes from to 3 or 3:30. Okay? Yes?
So just so you know, the photographer will go back upstairs to the health room to do more family portraits. So if you didn't have a chance to get your family portrait done before, and we start yanking you out of that room to line up, you're welcome to go back up until 4 o'clock to do the family portrait, all right? The other thing is, remember, your cap and gown has to be returned, and then your diploma is awarded, your real diploma. What happened last year and in other years, sometimes you tend to put the sleeve underneath your chair, which is fine, but that is a keepsake for you. So make sure that before you leave, you get your cap and then you go underneath your chair and grab your
So there's no actual diploma in there. Okay. You're kind of graduating. As well, that brings up the point, don't open it up and look for it, right? And say, hey, where's my diploma? Why isn't it in here? Just hold on to it. Trust me, you'll get your diploma, okay? Are there any other questions about any of that? Yes? Good question. Bamboo dance, carry your shoes. You can either leave your shoes at your chair if you want and put them right on your chair and come back to them. Or if you wear them until right here and take them off, you can just carry them as you go through. So your choice, okay? Any other questions? Okay, I want to practice one thing first of all. We're going to practice standing and sitting in unison, okay? So everybody sit up nice and straight. Sit up, not stand up. This is like, it's like I'm playing Simon Says. Yeah, Simon Says stay seated. Okay, so sit up nice and straight. Okay, and what we're going to do is the most important thing about doing this in unison is not looking for a cue from me, but it's looking at people around you and kind of doing it together. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick a random name off of the grade 12 list. This is not an official name. I'm just going to, you know what? I won't even do that to confuse you. I'll just say my name. When you hear my name, okay, my full name, I'm going to say Jackson Garland. I'd like everybody to try standing in unison. So we'll see how we go for the first try. Are you ready? Jackson Garland. Not bad for the first go. Okay, B- from Dr. Barter. You got a little bit of work. No, keep standing. Simon didn't say sit down. Okay, next I'm going to give a line. Will the graduates please be seated? Okay, don't start sitting when you hear will the graduates. Wait until you hear the word seated and then try to sit down in unison. Okay, here we go. Will the graduates please be seated? Ah, that one looked good. Okay, let's try standing one more time. B+, you're working your way up. Okay. Jackson Garland. Yeah, it's getting there. Will the graduates please be seated? Okay. One more go with everyone. Luke Dallagrana. Colin Campbell. Charles Barter. Jackson Garland. Okay, there we go. May the graduates please be seated. Okay. Okay. You also have to do it by rows, but we'll do that after we actually practice the procession. So here's what we're going to do now, guys. We're going to get up and start moving here in a minute. Let me get this out of the way because we need the center to be open. What I would like you to do is to walk out in the same exact rows that you were in earlier. Okay, so now, of course, Sumin and Tom are in the front, but right now they're going to be in the back. And then once we are done back there, you're going to be in the front. But you're going to be last ones off the stage right now. You two will be first ones off the stage. Okay, so here's the path you're going to take. If you're on the right side of the stage, my right, excuse me, you're going to come down this way. You're going to stay on the left half of this aisle. You will walk over here. You will take a left. Okay, 90-degree turns all the time. Come over here. You will now make a right here, and you will line up along that wall. Okay, and Sumin will be right in the front here, and it will go back. The other row will do the exact opposite. They will walk out on the right side, they'll turn right, they'll get to that wall and go left, and we will take it from there. Okay, can everybody please stand? Jackson Garland. Okay. Okay, so let's feed us off this way. So this, by the way, will be the same exact way you walk off on the recessional at the end, okay? So let's everybody stay where you are until it's your turn to